What's going on, beautiful people? Machiavelli Mills TV. So look, y'all, I'm a part of this Power, the Power franchise. Is like a Facebook group, right? Where everybody discusses all the different Power series, right? Because I'm a big fan of the Power series. So there is supposed to be a Power Book 5 coming out that stars Larenz Tate as Councilman Tate, Rashad Tate. And I saw somebody said they are not interested in watching that spinoff at all. It's going to be the most boring Power spinoff. It's not going to be interesting. Tate is not really an interesting character to keep you intrigued for an entire series. And I want to make a counter argument to that. I think that series has the potential to be one of the best spinoffs in the whole entire Power series. I'm not going to lie. For one, it brings something different to the table. You have Rashad Tate in politics, which is a different angle than what the Power universe is centered on in general, right? We know, Ghost was dabbling in politics and so on and so forth or whatever, but to see a story developed in politics and police, like a police background, that is interesting because personally, at some point, the storyline, everybody's going to get tired of every Power series being about the mafia, the mob bosses, and the cartel and all that. Some people probably want to experience a change. And I think that Tate is a very slick, cunning, conniving, slick character enough to keep everybody intrigued. The man threw his own brother under the bus potentially to have something else work into his own favor, right? To get Tariq out of jail to have something work into his own favor. It shows you how slick and conniving his character is and the lengths that he will go to stay in power, which, no pun intended. Which I think will bode for a great series centered around his character. You're going to get some potential background and back history. He was a police officer at first. He has a background in law enforcement, and I believe Tate was probably more than likely a dirty cop. He had all different type of antics. His hand was into different things within the city, which I think will come back to rear its ugly head in a series involving himself, right? And we all know the political game is shady and shiesty as they come. As Tate has already showed us, he got his seat. He got basically a seat back into politics due to the fact that he threw another individual under Sweeney. He threw Councilman Sweeney under the bus after he found an old picture of him in blackface, right? And he basically bribed. He bribed or blackmailed Tariq into giving him that information. Like, no, he basically told him, if you want me to help you in this situation, you need to give me something. Give me that on that individual. Because he knew that Tariq had a connection to Councilman Sweeney. So it's just like, I would really be interested in seeing a storyline involving his past as a dirty cop, his current involvement as a shady politician, how he finagles himself through all different types of situations, and how it would intertwine with some of the main characters that we are used to seeing in the Power universe. And honestly, Larenz Tate is the best actor on this show. Like, he's one of the best actors on this show, hands down. A seasoned actor, but not just a guy that he wasn't in just B-list movies. He has great acting chops. So I know he going to act a fool. He going to give it his all in a series involving himself. He's great in the Power Book 2 spinoff. He was great in Power. His own spinoff, he gonna show the hell out to the core. And we're going to see the depth of who Rashad Tate is. All in all, you're going to see some good. You're going to see a lot of good that Councilman Tate does outside of the shady stuff. You're going to see the good things that he does, maybe with his brothers, with his family, with individuals that he may be close to, how he helps them out. But you also going to see the dark side of him come into, really just come into play all in all, which I think is interesting, man. Everybody, again, I think that sometimes the cartel storyline is going to run dry within Power. So you have to have another angle. And the politic angle? Come on, man. Y'all are immersed in politics or enough to see what's going on in the world and in the United States, in the United States political game. So you can only imagine what the Power universe is going to have coming into play in the political sphere on TV. You know what I'm saying? Like, the dude, especially the fact Rashad is a young dude that's single. Man, he going to be in there smashing everything and walking. He going to be trying to get down on all the girls. He going to have love interests. He going to have things going on with his brother, the police dynamic. You probably going to see some more involvement with him and Tariq. Some people involved around Tariq. You're going to see his involvement with people in the drug game and so on and so forth. Criminals in the street he might have known growing up. I think it has potential to be a really great series. I think that people are like, oh my God, I don't want it to be boring or whatever, because you heard negative things about Tommy's spinoff, but I really am enjoying Tommy's spinoff. It just took time for them to build up the storyline. Tommy was coming to a new city. He didn't know nobody in. He ain't had no real connection. He didn't have no connections there at all. It was going to take time. He wasn't just going to come in and just be killing everybody up and just running the whole city in the blink of an eye like that. You know what I'm saying? It just wasn't going to happen like that. And so I think when you get to Councilman Tate's story, you're going to see like some really, really deep and interesting storylines come into play, man. Because one thing about the Power franchise, the finale is going to be some shit going on in Tommy's story. And also just imagine a Tate season finale. You already know stuff going to be hitting the fan. Everything going to be going haywire. Things that go wrong going to go wrong. And then he's going to find a way to shimmy out of whatever he got going on, whatever situation that has him awry or whatever. But I'm really interested in seeing it. I beg to differ. People are like, it's going to be boring. I don't want to see his character. Man, I enjoy the Rashad Tate character as a mom. He be good brother. You know, Rashad, good brother. Then he do some shiesty ass shit. You be like, this motherfucker. Then he turn that face on. Motherfucker, I need that shit. If you can't get it, your ass is fried. You know, he be talking crazy. Like, you like, this is the 1 minute he's a smiling politician, shaking hands, kissing babies. Then he's using the black man angle to get whatever he want. Like, oh man, I'm a black man. He using that to get whatever he want in the political game for his own interest, not for the interest of the black people at all. He's using the black man, brother man game to get everything that he wants to happen in his favor, right? Which a thing that some politicians definitely engage in or whatever. But then you see how he flips. He can go from real nice Rashad Tate to a mean, vindictive individual who will go to any lengths just to make sure his own ass is covered, or to make sure he is the top beneficiary of any situation. So I'm like, man, I don't care, man. I want to see what Councilman Tate gonna do. I wonder what theme song they gonna come with for him, being that he's in a more of a sophisticated role. I wonder what theme song they gonna come with him. You know what I mean? Like, he's more of a suit and tie, button up guy right at this moment in his life. You know, I don't know what young Rashad Tate was like, but this is gonna focus on the adult Rashad Tate in the political game and his background in law enforcement. So I'm wondering, shit, is y'all gonna have Neo or something? Y'all gonna bring back Joe for this theme song? Y'all gonna have, you know what I mean, Anderson .Paak, Bruno Mars or some shit with a little twist on it, with a rapper on it or something? I don't know. Like, I wonder how that's gonna, what type of theme song they're gonna play for that one. And I'm wondering what angles they're gonna come from. But I think it's interesting. Like I said, Rashad is a young, smooth dude. You know what I'm saying? Good looking dude. So he's gonna have the women, all different angles you can come from. Sure, he might have a secret son come out of some type of craziness. He gonna have scandals where people gonna try to get him out of his political seat. You know what I mean? You can play all different type of games, or write all different type of storylines with somebody in politics that we will not be used to seeing in the drug game. So I don't care, man. I'm interested. Anything that the Power universe, they can make a Power Book 6, Raising Yaz, and I'm still gonna watch that shit. They can focus it on Yaz, who is the most least interesting character in the show. Right now, she got a different angle now because she's basically, they have her like, you know, going through this whole situation with Tariq and her grandmother and all of that. So she have an interesting angle at this point. But yeah, they can make a Power Book 6, Raising Yaz, a Power Book 7 about what's her name? Paz. What's her sister name? Paz. What you call his sister? Golly, Angela's sister. They can make one about her. I'm still gonna watch the shit because I'm interested in how Courtney Kemp and 50 come up with a product and make the shit work and make it good for people. And they getting Stars a whole bunch of bread. Stars, I don't watch none on Stars except Power, and I was watching P-Valley too. But P-Valley ain't been on in goddamn 2 years since the pandemic first hit. So, you know what I mean? I think they coming back this summer or whatever. But yeah. I only watch Stars because of the Power Book spinoffs. So, you know, they got a gem with 50 and Courtney Kemp, how they running this whole thing. You know what I mean? I just wish that Courtney Kemp and 2Bit's relationship would have worked out in their personal life, because I think they were dating or something at one point. They not dating no more. 2Bit got him a new girlfriend. So 2Bit, I don't think is going to be on Power at all. I think he's going to be written out of the show in some way. But I was wanting 2Bit to come back into Power Book 2. You know what I'm saying? We've seen him help Tariq from getting killed, and he told Tariq he got to collect on some money from him, and he owe him because his daddy ghost owe him or whatever. I wanted to see how that was going to basically unravel. but we won't get the chance. I don't think so, you know, but I'm interested to see Power Book 5, Influence, starring Rashad Tate, a.k.a. Lorenz Tate. Shout out my Chicago brother, man. I'm out. Peace.